Check it out.
Yo, what's up, everybody? currently getting the spaceship set up right now. Feel free to tweet out the link. Let other people know we're in the house. We're about to get started. Talk some Zen world. I see y'all in the chat going up. Drop your favorite emoji if you want. Let us know. Also, if you know a fucking fruit that starts with a T that's not tangerine, we're still trying to find another one. Drop that in the chat. But I'm about to start in about 30 seconds. The elevator's going up. Let's turn this music down. It's the Crypto Bruh Show. Whoop-de-woo. Yo, what's up, world? What's up, YouTube? How's it going, cyberspace? This is your boy, Crypto Bruh, aka More World Peace, the DJ / producer. Yes, sir. That's what I do. I make music. The beats you hear in the background, those are mine. I make those very soon. I think I know now why I always say very soon when it comes to NFTs. It's because all these platforms are trash. And I am too passionate about this music that I've made to release it on anything that's not going to give me back what I'm giving it. I haven't found one platform on planet Earth besides a CD. Used to love when we had CDs because I could make music. I could print it on a CD and I could sell my CD for like $5 to someone. And I had no middleman connections. But like in this new future, there's always somebody saying, hey, I'm the bridge. I'm finna plug you into the set. Fuck with me, distro kid. I'm gonna get you on Spotify. You know what I'm saying? And then in the NFT world, it's like, OpenSea, fuck with me. I'm gonna give you exposure. So it's just really hard to make NFTs. But that's what I do, bro. I make music. I'm a creative. And then Monday through Friday, I stream right here on YouTube. And we talk about that cryptocurrency and that Zen. And we've been talking about Zen every single day, all 2023 since February, and love it, man, and all that good jazz. But to continue the show, today is November 13th, 2023. Again, another day closer to 24, and another day closer to thinking about, well, what the fuck does even 25 look like now that we are approaching the future? A lot of people talk about 2024, but then when it gets close, all of a sudden they shut the fuck up. Like, where are all the people that was talking about the end of the year? Where are they now? I'm still here. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Turn this music down a little bit more. What's up, chat? What up, Nicholas? What up, Shizzy? Shizzy says, bro, what's good? You see stats, BRC20s is up 50x. It's a bull market in the ordinal BRC20s. Yeah, man. Ordinals are going north right now, bro. I'm glad you stayed on that. And you continuously keep dropping the content of what's going on in the BRC20s. If you need someone, definitely follow Shizzy. Copy and paste that URL that you see there in the chat in your YouTube channel or in your YouTube search, and follow him for the ordinals info, bro. He taps in. Kind of like how I'm tapped into Zen. Shizzy is tapped into ordinals. That's a straight up. What up, Zen enthusiasts? What up, Dougie Fresh? What up, Secondhand Sandwich? You know, I love that motherfucking name. Sunny London. Sunny day in London. Oh, it's sunny out here, too, in New York. But it's cold as hell. It's like 40 degrees outside. I'm not down. What up, Shaka Vibes? Wiggity wiggity to my guy. To my brosy. Oh, Tamarind. A secondhand sandwich with one. She had the tropical fruit. That's crazy, bro. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. Okay, so we got tangerine, we got tamarind. Is there any other tea fruits out there? Because we're trying to figure out what's the most rare fruit on the nature blockchain. Everything in world is blockchain. Everything in reality is blockchain. If it's categorized, it's blockchain. So when you think of fruits, like it's like, yo, what's the most scarce alphabetic fruit we can think of? And so far, I think the tea fruit is the one. I mean, maybe there's some other ones out there. We can limit this game down, and then one day on XENblocks, we'll drop the fruit NFT game or something. That's probably where this is going. Keep the ideas rolling. It's a celebration, bitches. Shout out to Bud. I feel you with that, bro. It's a celebration, especially after yesterday's spaces, all the good information going on and relationship. I got the DB Zen up right now on the Avalanche. Avalanche is doing great, making me feel like a straight idiot for the position I had going back to January, mid of the year. But I'm not really, everything I did in 2000 and hold on, let me fiddle with this real quick. Let's fiddle with this. All right, there we go. I need a little bit more bass in my voice. But yeah, everything I did in 2023 when it comes to Zen, all the rage quitting and, you know, comprehension of how this technology is going to work for everyone. I'm grateful, you know. I'm glad I got to learn, and at least I have mints coming in so that when it comes to all the Zen I fucked off in 23, in 2024, I'll be more responsible and have better management skills, and also be able to look at like dApps like a DB Zen to identify if whether or not the developer of this particular protocol is looking to manage my burned Zen in a professional manner. Some people, they're not professional about how they're going to burn your Zen. They're going to straight up just burn that shit. You're throwing it into a fucking volcano. XYZ example is Zen Doge, right? That was not a good move. In general, it's still there. It exists. But Zen Doge is like one of those, throw it in the fire and hope something happens out of it. But you have like a DB Zen. We also have Phoenix. And these ones I feel are better management protocols for burning Zen, since you're going to be making it in abundance, right, going into the future. Hopefully you're minting. Hopefully you haven't stopped minting. If you watch the Crypto Bro channel, you're probably still a minter, bro. We've recently started vanilla minting again. What a remix. How do you go from batch minting to xeNFTs to DB xeNFTs, and then now we're back at vanilla mints? Like, all right, fuck it, man. We'll just make one at a time. There ain't no reason to try to fight what's going on. So let's look at the Zen world before we start talking about, did Mr. Jack Levin abandon Zen with his recent comments. But what we see here today, Monday, kicking off the week, Zen, P-Zen, of course, most traded Zen out of all Zens, and that's because there's a lot of Zenians on Postchain. I think we're going to start having a lot more newer users in our community soon. So if you've been watching the channel, you're going to probably start hearing the ideology of Zen again, because there's going to be people jumping in this bitch now that we got XENblocks. Like I said before, people were trying to really shit on my intelligence before, but now we're here, boy. It's here. The future is here. Sometimes you take some wounds and some scars so that when you get to the future, you can show people your wounds and scars. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be like, wow, you've been through it. It's like, hell yeah. I remember when people wasn't believing. They didn't believe. But yeah, so back to the fundamentals. Postchain is one of the largest Zen community chains. So it has some of the most transactions. So when you see these transactions, when you look at all the Zen chains, what you're looking at is, in my opinion, community. Because why the fuck are you transacting Zen over here? You know, Zen is on ETH. That is real Zen. Real Zen is Ethereum. But everything else is the ideology of Zen on said network, right? So when X1 chain is released and you burn your Zen for X1 chain, currently it's an 80-20 split from verbal communication. Nothing in the papers yet. So from verbal communication, Ethereum Zen will always get 80% of XN allocation versus any of the subchains. All the subchains, because of the way that they produce the Zen, because the gas is cheaper, they're going to be sharing a bucket of 20% of XN tokens. So there's like 1 billion XN tokens for X1 chain. So yeah, you could say that 800 or just one. Yeah, there's 1 billion. I think it's 1 billion. Yeah, it's 1 billion. So there's 800 million that will be allocated for ETH, and then there would be 200 million, which will be allocated for all the other chains to share. And this is just a representation of transactions and price, right? So the biggest chains with the most transactions, those are again where the community is at. To be honest, let's be honest, that's where the liquidity of the community is. To boost your, like, that's basically what you're doing. If you're in the sub chains, you're trying to grab market share from the Zenians. So this is why I was like, yo, fuck it, Pulse Chain. If we can take over the network, I'm for it. That's what Zen's about, man. Let's kill mediocrity. Let's take over Pulse Chain. Let's give people the ability to have the Zen effect on Pulse Chain, just like they are gonna see on Ethereum. And I think that's why we're seeing a lot of transactions there. Same on ETH Pal. There's a lot of believers over there. There's a lot of people who got a bunch of free ETH, and then they ported that forked ETH into VV Zen, and now this is where we are. Like they're still playing the game. Their liquidity is slowly rising. So if ETH Pal catches some sort of, I don't know, bull run in the bull run, this is what the speculation of transactions are going on in this particular one. And then we also have Matic. You know what I'm saying? Matic is a heavy hitter, says Rome. This is a heavy hitter here. It's Polygon, so it's got a lot of transactions. It's actually the number one testnet for Zen. Anytime something comes out on Zen, it typically launches on Polygon before it starts to do the array of other chains. So there's a lot of trading volume there. And then, of course, we got number 4 coming in, ETH Zen, but version 3 pool, not version 2 pool. So this is pretty cool to see that our spot buying is up more than the version 2 pool, which I really do think is where most of the Zen liquidity is just hanging out. There's some good LP over there, but trading is going to be happening over here on V3. Okay. So number 5, we got Moonbeam coming in. And then number 7, we got Binance. 8, Phantom. 9 is Optimism Zen. Let's just say 10 is AZen. 12 is CoZen. 13 is CB Zen, which is base. 14 is OKX Zen. And again, Zen lives on all of these chains so that they have the ability to, have the Zen effect. But the real Zen is on Ethereum. So we're about to talk about the price on that shit. And it's the question again is, did Jack Levin leave this ecosystem? Did he really walk away from this? Who knows? Let's look at price though. So what we see right now, though, in price is a reflection of a lot of different variables. So yeah, transactions can show you where the community is, and maybe like if you're trying to find a landing pad in Zen, you're gonna land on one of these chains. Maybe you want to land somewhere where there's a lot of transactions. But price wise, this is again why ETH Zen will rule the ideology of what is Zen below it. Because again, it's the original. It's connected to Ethereum. Ethereum is legacy, and so on and so on. So that's why it's got the most liquidity and the highest price. Now, right below that is going to be OP Zen. This is a Zen that is fast Zen. How about that? Fast Zen. You got fast Zen right here. It's going to stop inflation within 300 days. So there's a lot of speculation over here. People are holding their Zen, so it's giving it price. It kind of shows you what happens when the community is holding Zen and there is pressure for the future, which is like, hey, we can't make as much, right? So that's what's happening in this world. It's just the end of Zen. What's going to happen in 8 years, right? So if it goes well, then we already know what's going to happen in 8 years over here. And then Avalanche coming in at, let's say, number 3. Avalanche is doing really well as a real blockchain, like as their normal chain. So I think that's doing them some justice as well. But then also they have a block restriction, so you can't mine more than 72 VMUs on Avalanche. So that's also helping with their supply. So then again, when you see Pulse chain up here, it's like, oh shit, they're really doing something, or there's some real activity over there, because that's the first chain to show up that doesn't have any blockchain restrictions. I mean, until it gets busy again, but who knows? Maybe Xenians are the only busyness there, because everything is pretty low right now. So I don't know. I'm not a Pulse guy. I don't know what's gonna make the gas go up. In the very beginning, though, when gas was up, it was almost unusable. So when gas is down, kind of shows you that it is really community driven. Then coming in at number 5, we're going to have Binance. Number 6, we're going to have Polygon. And that's in price, right? So let's go ahead and look at XENBRice. Let's dive in on it even deeper. What up, Dank? What they do, bro? ETH sucks for scaling. like Jack said yesterday, so you were wrong. Hey, man. Hey, check it out. Here are my theses here. All right. X1 chain is never going to come out. X1 chain's never going to come out. So it's all about the ETH. Nah, right now ETH is the powerhouse. It's what everybody wants. So until X1 chain, I do think that X1 chain Zen will be the strongest Zen out of all of them. Because again, it's going to be the real gas token for XN as well, or for X1 chain, because that's what makes ETH usable right now. ETH needed a Zen to, 1, make it deflationary, and 2, to continue transactions on the chain while the chain is dormant. Dormant as in there's no abrupt amount of users, bruh. Like, there's not a lot of people using ETH right now. The gas prices are only high because we're seeing larger scaled transactions with more data inside of it. So that people aren't here. The blockchain is just, it's absorbing a lot of data from people moving, let's say, liquidity pools around, NFTs around. It's just not like P2P transactions. It's a lot of complicated transactions on top of P2P. And that's why this is still looking kind of scary, because what happens when the P2P shows back up on ETH? Like, we're not even seeing P2P right now. We're literally just seeing smart contracts. Like, here, let's go look at it. Oh, shit. So, yeah, ETH is ass, bro. I hate ETH, but I love ETH because I have to until there's something better than it. It's the worst conundrum you can ever be in, bro. It's the worst relationship is Ethereum. The fuck? That's why we've been waiting for something new. But again, the hardest thing I think of making a blockchain is keeping it in parallel to legacy. So then that way it can live as like a public bathroom, right? Or, okay, let's not say a public bathroom, because that's nasty. A public bike rack. How about that? So like if I have a public bike rack, everybody can use it. And it's such a universal tool that it just lives. You drop it one time on the block. The only way it's going to fall off is if someone literally comes and plows into it, you know, and maybe even then you can make it so bionic that it fucks up whatever hits it, you know? So that's kind of how I see cryptocurrencies. And when it comes to blockchains and ledgers, we want something that would just land and just go, right? You don't have to do anything after it's out there. It just does its thing. Now, scaling it to work bigger, that's what I like what Jack's talking about right now, about scaling and how you keep scaling decentralized so that you don't have to scale, you know, with VCs and all that other stuff, which is smart, because it always is going to give you price manipulation. You're never going to see a real market if there's always someone else with an agenda because they spent more than you, right? It's better to level the playing field amongst those that spend a lot and those that spend little. You know, that's what we learned in Zen. If you spent a lot in Zen, you know, excuse me, you had to become invested into the product and understand it to get further. If not, you maybe already released your bag, or you're letting your Zen bleed into, you know, penalties because you don't fucking care about Zen. So that's the cool naturalness of Zen. Is we Jack Lemmon threw that shit out there, and now no one has to update it or do anything. It just lives a life on its own, and it's nurturing its own organism. But yeah, looking at gas right now, so you see here, damn, they got a lot of shit pending. But yeah, the utilization is not that high. It's not like we're seeing high gas prices because we're seeing an abundance of people. In actuality, you know what I'm saying? We're just seeing big ass blocks because everyone is positioning themselves for whatever's going to happen next in the mainstream market. And because of that positioning, because of that positioning, it's causing high gas fees, which is also causing Zen to be, it's being pinched right now. Here, we're going to turn off these lines. It's being pinched right now. So the FUD is fun right now because this is tight, bro. Everything about Zen makes sense. So price go up, we don't really need to worry about that because, again, the further the research goes into XENblocks, the more secure Zen becomes. Zen is becoming secure. That's what you're seeing happening here. The degens aren't securing the chain, and degens don't secure shit. All they do is secure bags. So to think they'll secure a chain is a bad move. And that's why that's the perfect segue into what I posted on my Twitter when I heard Jack say this last night in his space that we weren't in. I was sleeping. But yeah, you should go and check out this space. If you go follow me on X, just look up Crypto Bruh 3Hs. Or you can search more world peace, and I'll pop the fuck up. But yeah, let's listen in on this real quick. It's like 19 seconds.
Something you said, you put it on Polygon, you ran it on Polygon. I don't even know what that means and how that's possible. So I was wondering if you could shill that and kind of explain it better.
Don't really want to shield Zen because I shilled Zen for like the whole year. But anyway, it's a free token that you.
Something you said.
So this guy was challenging, I don't know, Mr. FUD. Great name. This is what Clout's going to be soon. I can't wait for Clout, bro. Clout going to blow up in spaces. Mark my words. You're going to be like, damn, the chicken's in the house in some large spaces. I can sense it. But this guy right here was kind of giving me those vibes of someone challenging the status quo. And trying to just have fun with it. Like they invite him in the spaces. So that's another thing about Twitter spaces. I like them, but they do get kind of goofy because there's personalities that show up, right? And again, this is kind of why I like our personalities in Zen World, because it seems natural. It seems like a lot of people are not trying to be a personality. They're simply just themselves, and you're just peeking in on their like window. Like you just. Like right now, you just happen to get a 2-hour moment where you can just peek in on what Crypto Bruh's doing. And then sometimes I show up on Twitter spaces and get a peek into like what the fuck I'm up to, you know? But yeah, this guy kind of was giving me off those vibes to challenge the status quo. So he challenged Jack with asking him that question. Like, I don't even know what Zen is. Like, tell me what it is. And with Jack saying like, hey, I've been shilling Zen for a whole year. Like, I don't really want to shill it. For me, that was another turning point in this progression to the future, because Zen is, like I just said a couple minutes ago, Zen is complete, bro. It's a bike rack. It's a bionic bike rack in the middle of a city. Anybody can hook up to it. It's going to work. You ain't got to worry, right? So we're not worried about where's the money going to come from or how does this work anymore. Now we're just focused on how do we use it. So that was what I got from this, was that Jack isn't trying to not necessarily say he doesn't want to shill Zen. He wants, again, Zen to pump without his information, or without him, you know, like if he says, like, oh, let me tell you about Zen, let me tell you XYZ 1 2 3, you know what I'm saying? Then you are fabricating some hopium and possibly manipulating the price, and that's something that we don't want. So this is a powerful thing to see him say, I shilled Zen for a whole year, right? And it's like, oh yeah, facts. You should have been around for this whole year. You could have heard the Jack Levin shill, right? And now it's not necessarily a breakup. It's a bon voyage. And this shit is about to send it with all of us. Jack Levin included. And I'm glad that he didn't shill Zen, because we should shill Zen, or you should shill. Zen should speak to you. You should, yeah. That's what I mean, like by shill. Like it's not like go out there and hold up a motherfucking sign and start spinning that bitch on your back and shit and wearing all kinds of Zen stuff. Shout out Zen merch or Zen crypto store though. Did get a Zen snapback. Let's go. But it's not about that though. You know, this is just because I love this shit. I want to wear it and I want to express it to people, right? Like free shill. And when I worked for Apple, we had this thing where in a way that Apple really attracted users in the very beginning, because again, people didn't want to spend money on Macs. We live in the transition period where technology is race, bro. Like it's like, yo, you can pull up to the lecture and have a PC and somebody gonna look at you like, oh, why you got a PC? What, you poor or something, you know? Or like, what, you ain't got no style? Like, what's up with the PC, right? But that like a little bit of like technology, you know, classism or racism, whatever you want to call it, like that kind of stuff, it holds back things from growing, right? And that's kind of like what Apple did to switch how people think about it. What they did was they call it owners and promoters. And what that means is that you give somebody a product that they love so much that they become a promoter. They automatically go out and just promote your shit. You no longer need to spend tons of money on marketing and advertisement because the user is going to just go out and tell their friends. What you need to continue to do is provide services and different ways to kind of keep them inside of your barn or whatever you're thinking about. That's kind of how I see Apple now. It's like a fucking barn. Bunch of people over there just like they forcing you to fuck with them. Like I have an iPhone only because I know if I get a green bubble going, people are going to be like, what happened to you, bro? Like, bro used to work at Apple, bro. You fall off, bro. You need some help. Best way to start a GoFundMe is to get an Android and text an Apple user, probably. Yeah, they'll definitely be like, yo, are you good, my G? Like, your bubble screen. But owners and promoters, that's kind of what I'm seeing happening in Zen now. People are naturally promoting Zen. They're naturally going out and telling people about it. We're naturally wearing it. It's naturally maturing into a conversational tool about what is cryptocurrency and you know, the differences people want. People want fair crypto. They want crypto that does not have anything connected to it, right? Jack could have easily connected himself to Zen. Instead, he said this.
Don't really want to shield Zen because I shielded Zen for like the whole year. But anyway.
I fucking love it. Yeah, I don't really want to shield Zen because I've been shielding Zen for a whole fucking year. And now we're here. So that's something I was saying. I was thinking in my head, I was like, man, if you really hate XENblocks, you're better off dumping your Zen right now. Because if you hate XENblocks now, that means you like us. If you keep reading your Zen, you fucking with us. So it's love forever, bro. Just know that. If you keeping your Zen through the XENblocks and you hate XENblocks, then that makes me feel so good because it's like, yeah, this is so crypto. It's one of those. The best cryptos are the ones that people hate. Like people hate it, Chainlink. People hate XRP. People hate Pulse Chain and Hex. You feel me? People hate Solana. People don't really hate Avalanche, and that's why they gotta try so hard. They need some haters. And same with Zen right now. Zen's got a lot of haters. People hate Zen. People hate Jack Levin. And with that hatred comes positivity because you have to be critical about what the fuck you're hating. You can't just be a hater. That's dumb. Stupid people just fucking hate. Smart people are haters. They're like that ET fella. He's actually pretty smart. Cleo, he's actually pretty smart. He's a fucking idiot, but he's pretty smart. And it's probably because he got years. Like I heard he's like 40 some shit. So he got years. He losing them years already though. That's one thing I don't want to be. I don't want to become old and lose my youth. I want to keep these years. It's something I cherish. I say the same to you if you feel like you lost your youth. Hell nah, man. You're in the Zen. You're reborn again. And this will keep you young if you stay with it. And that's why we're on to XENblocks and everybody else that was bringing that mediocre shit. They're starting to fall off of the Zen world and the price is still moving. So again, I would say, yeah. Another reason why too, I think Jack made that comment here about I don't want to shield Zen. He was protecting this was a price protection also, because when you really think about it, if he would have shielded Zen, we probably would have saw a pump right here, and then we would have seen a ton of controlled selling. And that's the thing we don't want right now. We don't really want a pump that's out of control unless it's fabricated by one of the people trying to push the price up. Because if we get a fabricated pump to the upside like we did right here, then this is gonna allow new traders in, and then the game we don't have to participate. That's what Jack is trying to catch. Right? Think of this as like a fishing game, and you're trying to catch traders because they can't deny it. I can't deny it. I'm a true rider. Right? Like they can't deny it. Once this starts to move, they cannot deny it. The sandwiching on this thing is gonna be insane. All right, and that's why you want to be minting Zen. You don't want to be caught on this chart when it starts to go nuts, because the sandwiching is going to be insane. The smart money will already have the Zen to sell on the market. They won't be buying the market. That will be new money coming in, right? So if you've been here for a whole year and you still haven't minted Zen, which I've heard people say, you're tripping. How are you going to sell into the pump? Like, what are you going to buy yours in that you're going to sell into the pump? That doesn't sound smart. Like, you should be minting it. But again, you might have lost your window, so now you're playing catch up. But I still think vanilla minting is a positive. And looking at this price of mints, if you're being greedy and thinking large, you know, split your large into days versus splitting it all into one load, right? You can put 120 VMUs into one load, or you can DCA one vanilla mint a 120 days. Fuck it. You know, at least you're making Zen, and you're in your own, you know, you're in your own little bracket of whatever you're trying to do. But that's again why I'm feeling with this price here. Vanilla minting is back. Batch minting is back. We don't really have any data points on that here. Let's see if we can find some shit. What's up, chat? I'm going in right now. BLTs. SBF helped build the all-time high of Solana. Hell yeah, he did. Fucking SF. But Solana is wild, bro. They're trying to shake that FTX off right now. They like, fuck y'all. What up, Tree City West? He says 69 Gwei. Very nice. Dank with a $30 gas is laughable. Wait till mints are $130. Oh my god. Yeah, dude. When that shit is huge. We were talking about last night in Spaces because somebody brought up sharding, and I'm so over the whole sharding narrative because of how high gas is and proof of stake, bro. This is the moment right now. So right now, document this moment if you love crypto. Okay. The reason why is because this is when POS is supposed to work. We seen it work for a little bit. It was doing pretty well until the fucking load came. Now we're seeing it not work. It's back to the old shit. Because it's the blocks. They can't load in enough data into the blocks because of the way their structure is. Jack is exposing that shit right now, and I'm seeing it. I hear the exposure, but then when I go and do the research, I'm literally seeing it. So yeah, sharding probably won't get us to 1 Gwei a day. You know what I'm saying? When you wake up and that shit's at 1 to 2, you're like, oh my god, everybody's on network. Gas is finally low. You know? So yeah, ETH is definitely telling us like, hey, we're not gonna lower the gas. And that's fine though. I'm pretty sure we're if you're in crypto, you got to look at it from the newer motherfuckers coming in, because there's about to be people whose journey start 22, 23, and then it's going to be the year 26 when they get fucking burned. That's what's wild. I'm over here. I'm a veteran now, man. Happy Veterans Day to me, and happy Veterans Day to all the vets out there. Thank you for your service. It's a fact. But then on the crypto level, I am also pretty veteran at this point, bro. I've been here since 2000 for 10 years. So I've seen the ups and downs and rounds. And what's funny is I think this is the first year where maybe it's because I'm an adult now too. So I'm realizing a lot of shit about everything. And they say that too about your 30s. They say once you enter your 30s, all of a sudden everything, you just realize everything. And it's a fucking fact, bro. Like I turned 33 in 4 months. And in my 32nd year of life, which is really my 33rd year, but I can't comprehend the first year, right? Or the first couple of years, whatever. But yeah, everything is transparent. And another thing too is the more transparent something becomes, the more success it sees. And because it's accidental. So when things are created by accident, it's a very transparent moment for everyone that's involved. That's kind of how I'm thinking of XENblocks right now. It's very accidental, but on purpose at the same time. Like, like it was being attacked at all angles, but we couldn't, penetrate the atom until some random act of accident happened, and then bam, out comes XENblocks. So Zen in itself isn't as accidental, but it is also very accidental because it's an experiment. If you can put Bitcoin on Ethereum and give a fair launch to something, the intuitiveness is that it's attached to ETH using gas. So Zen will always be paired with the network's congestion. That is what I think is fucking cool about Zen. On top of the burning and all that other stuff. But yeah, nothing else is doing that. Nothing else is building itself on top of the emissions. Tell me any other emission coins. Leave them in the chats or comments and I'll check them the fuck out. But I don't know any other ones. But yeah, so let's look at this real quick. We can't look at Zen Turbo anymore because they stopped updating it. So I hope one day, my guy Yosef gives us some of these stats we had over here. But I know he's swamped, man. So I'm not gonna be that guy. Hey, Mag, do some more work. And he's killing it. Wait until you get in your 40s, bro, says Zen Dog. Oh, man, I'm looking forward to that shit, though. The next 10 years of my life, bro, I'm looking so forward to that shit. Like, y'all don't even know. I get it now. You got to scale your life. But they're not going to tell you that in your 20s. Because what the fuck? And you can't even comprehend it. The thing about being in your 20s, if you can hear me right now and you're in your 20s, you're going to be crowded with a bunch of people, and all those perceptions are going to crowd your true identity. So it takes someone who's separated from that perceptional concept of character to really set themselves apart. So hopefully you got some real motherfuckers around you. If you got some real motherfuckers around you, y'all all probably going to grow up together and then discover this all in your 30s and be like, damn, we had a hell of a 20s. But if you're like in your 20s and you can hear me and you looking around, all your friends are dusty. Yes, bruh. It's time to realize that these are your golden years. I think my real golden years will be in my 50s, though. That's when I'm going to be able to just do whatever the fuck I want. All right, let's jump into it. Shout out to all my people in their 50s. Y'all living it. Yeah, so this ain't still updating. This hasn't updated since October 25th. And long story short, there's a lot of data still growing, but just like that burn data is not going up. And yeah, this isn't showing 25. So this is only showing the mints up until November of next year. So it's cool. So you can still kind of use it to verify, but yeah, this is done updating. So it's not the best source of information for a lot of different things. There's some things that are there, but not everything. Like this panel is still live, so you can still use this one. But some of these burner dash ones, that's the one you don't want to tap in on. But yeah, going back here, ZenPub is always updated. That's why it's throw them a coffee, donate some crypto. They always doing the work. Let's look at something here. So right now we're seeing a low volume of miners. For some reason in September. Oh yeah. This is the 333 auction. So again, guys, this is something I just want to point out real quick about Zen and about the psychology of what we got going on here. The 333 auction is an amazing idea. The problem with it is that there's a lot of influencers that can jump on top of it and utilize it to their advantage. So I think this is part of the Jack is fishing concept, and why I think some influencers just fucking hate him now, because he baited them in and he attracted their following, and now they don't look as influential as they did before the Jack effect. So I mean, and it's on them, to change the way that they navigate their characteristics. But if that's who they are, then that's who they are, and that's what's cool. It allows you to still be who you want to be, and you still can be here, and you can still be yourself. It's crazy. But we're seeing this low intake of mining because of that, right? It was like, oh, there ain't no 333 auction, blah blah blah. Now they talking about XENblocks. I'm over it. And now gas is high. That too. There was a lot of excessive mining in this moment because gas was particularly low all of September, and so, but for us to get back to this and have a steady low, this shows that no one's really here, and that no one really can make a lot of wallets, right? Even me, I'm making one wallet a day, so. And I'm not being greedy. That's just the thing. I don't need to be greedy. I got a ton of mints coming in February, March, April, May, and so on. So it's about management, right? You need to manage your Zen in a manner where you're not fucking it over. But if you want to fuck it over and burn it, just know what you're getting yourself into, you know. Just know that. You're like, I'm fucking it. Just be real with yourself. I'm fucking my Zen over. When you're being critical about a dApp, are you fucking your Zen over? Ask yourself. But yeah, vanilla mints. Call me vanilla. I'll be fine. I never started. Nah, I'm playing. I'm old as fuck. Nah, bro, you're hella young. What you mean, 36? You're 1 year into I can run for president. What the fuck you mean, old? I'm so borderline old right now and young at the same time. I'm just like looking at young people and I'm just like, brr, what you all doing? But it was a different time. I didn't have Lyft and DoorDash when I was in my 20s. I mean, I did, but we didn't have it the way it is today. We had it different. It was ghetto back then. That shit is real. DBZen, bro, what the fuck is this thing doing? Right, let's look at it real quick. So it's just like Zen, and this is why I'm getting bullish on DBZen again. So let's go to Cloutcox. I'm gonna use his Twitter because I saw it on his Twitter. Look at this right now. Hey, exit, get out of here. Yo, Zen's about to go up and touch this 200. What up, Dioshland? Soon the powers of Hopium will fall, and I looked up the dealer, and his dope is in the basement. Then the Hopium addicts will turn into the wild animals in the streets. Oh yeah, man. What's up, bro? Hopium is on the way, bro. Actually, I think at this point though, Hopium is becoming research and development. It's becoming that R&D. That's the best Hopium though, bro, man. That's the dope you want. You want that R&D. That research and development, bro. That Hopium. That bitch, look at the data. Damn, that's the best Hopium out. What's up, though, dog? Hope all is well. What up, Edwin? What it do? Shaka says, people that understand Jack understand Jack. Facts. Nah, man, I understand Jack. I see exactly what is going on here. I want to know, though, who broke his heart in tech, man? Who broke his heart? Somebody, he met a hero, and that motherfucker was not who he thought it was going to be. He said, I'm coming for you. That's one line I did take from Richard Hart. He said, one time Richard Hart said, never meet your heroes. And I was thinking, and I was like, yo, that's a fact. Anytime you meet someone that you really look up to, like if you really look up to them, when you meet them, you're probably at a place in your life where you're right with them. So like the attraction of like, wow, you used to be this idolized figure that I used to think I wanted to be like, it sinks to the bottom of you because you've met your hero. There's nothing more now, you know. And if especially if they don't live up to your expectations, then it's like, fuck. I met mad heroes, mad disappointments. That's why now I think it's better just to cross paths with your hero. You're the real person you're looking up to is just gonna cross paths with you. You don't even gotta worry. The Matrix will send them your way, and that's how I felt that line, bro. Afghanistani vets, crypto shitcoin vets, all the vets, man. Big ups to y'all. Remember when Zen made ETH deflationary last year? People must have forgotten when they kept shilling ETH Zen. Yeah, nah, people be on they're all over the place, but we're here now. We're fucking here, man. Bum, 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 bum. I ain't got a soundboard. I just beatbox. I'm a beatbox soundboard. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, this Zen price is looking great right now, bro. It's doing exactly what I want. I don't care if it dips into here. We can go back and test 651 again. I opened up a liquidity pool, so I'm cooling. It's funny too. I'm about to talk about DBZen, but because we're still on the topic of Zen. So I made this liquidity pool thinking I was doing it right, and I did it totally wrong, but I did it right wrong. Weird. So on this pump here, when we broke out, because again, this is a critical level. So I saw this breakout as confirmation that we're breaking out, like regardless to what anyone thinks. And then all that news that came out this week and really settling that Zen is on a path to something new. I'm like, yeah, man, like this is a breakout. So on was it, yeah, like 5 days ago? Yeah, the weekend was, wait. Yeah, so here we go. On the 10th. Yeah, so on the 10th, I made a pool, this one. But at the top, with this assumption, I don't know, I was just confused. And I'm glad that I did it. So I had made it ETH heavy because I was like, oh, I want more Zen while we go up in price. So like, I'm like, let me make a liquidity pool where I have half and half. I get, or I have more ETH than Zen. So people take my ETH and give me Zen as they go up. Because I was just a little confused. And then I made it, and I was like, oh fuck, I did it backwards, because now I prepared myself in ETH, and if it goes up in Zen price, then people are giving ETH for Zen. They're not giving, Zen for ETH. They're giving ETH for Zen because it's going north. They want the Zen. They don't want the ETH. So I made my pool backwards where it had more ETH than Zen, when I really should have, the liquidity pool is taking advantage of one other side. Right? Whatever side is going up or going down. So typically it's going down in price versus ETH. So you want to provide Ethereum on the way down. And then typically if it's going to be successful, it's going up against ETH, which means that you want more of the up coin. In this instance, it would be Zen. So I want more Zen in the liquidity pool, because as it rises in price, people are giving me ETH for my Zen and vice versa. So I did it backwards. But luckily, we did see a dip right after I made that accident. Again, another accidents are usually the ones where you're like, what the fuck? This worked in my favor. So I made that accident, and luckily we dumped, right? And we came back to this range. We pivoted, we came back here. And I think what we're doing right now is we're testing support and resistance before a true breakout. That could particularly happen sometime this week. The reason for that, though, would be gas. Gas is not going to stop. And again, we don't have retail buying. So we need to figure out as a whole what we're doing here. We're seeing retracements right now in alts because it's Monday. So I'm just under this impression that like eventually all this stuff is going to turn around, because it's doing exactly what it should be doing. Bitcoin pumped, Ethereum pumped. Now Solana and Avalanche are pumping, which are second generation blockchains. So the second generation blockchains are pumping, and the side chains, such as like a Glamour, Tron. Tron's fucking it up right now. Oh, it's going well against Bitcoin, bad against ETH. I bet they don't really care about that though. I bet this one means more to them. TRX versus BTC. Because I would say Tron, because it's so legacy and they're not so focused on being Ethereum, that it would be more of like a bank for Bitcoin, a Bitcoin bank. Wow, that's crazy to think about. Thank God I kept my Tron. But yeah, this could definitely be a Bitcoin bank, especially with the way Justin Sun is working. Look at Litecoin versus Bitcoin. Oof. I think this might be the death of Litecoin, bro. Litecoin, there is no way Litecoin is surviving next bull market. I've always thought that. I was like, there's no way Litecoin is going to survive another one. Same in the Ethereum Classic. I don't think there's any way this is going to survive. That the community is getting too small. As we go further into time, all of these legacy communities, the users just float back into whatever's legacy. So I'm pretty sure everyone's going to eventually just get, like, when things start to tear, all of these subcoins, when you see the dip, it's because they're going into the Bitcoins and the ETHs, and they're taking profit from this area because it's just like dead. It's fucking dead, son. But yeah, Bitcoin is pulling on its way back. So yeah, this was kind of funny. Built this LP, so now I'm getting some Zen. getting some ETH. And then I built it at the top. So as it pulls back, I'm okay with it. Especially if we're going to trade in this range. If we're going to trade right in this range here before the breakout, that's going to give me some time to get hopefully a good sized position on the Zen side. So then that way, when I cash out, I bought Zen on the way down. I got some claim fees. I just got to make sure I'll cover my gas fees. So hopefully gas goes down a little bit. That's what I don't want. I don't want to get caught in a gas crunch with this, where gas is up, Zen is going up, and then it costs more for me to exit liquidity before I can grab the Zen. If that's what this comes down to, and I'm back in, I got 0.1 ETH, I start over where I start with the same ETH I started with. Fuck it. I'll just wait for low gas and I'll claim it out of there, claim the ETH out. But yeah, I'm taking a little bit of a risk, man. I'm hoping that we get some trading action this week before we take off so I can get some liquidity fees. The founder of Litecoin has been dumping for years. Yeah, and then I saw that Litecoin is coming out with inscriptions. Shout out to Clout, bro. I'm giving Clout some clout right now. I like his style. But yeah, he posted he was the one that posted about Litecoin. But he gave us some updates on DBZen on his timeline. Where you at, bro? Where you at? Where that news at? Damn, he tweet a lot. He like me. A tweet. A tweet. Oh, I can't find it. It's too deep. Pop that shit. Maybe a little bit. Maybe 2 more scrolls. Maybe so. Nah, it's not here. But yeah, so basically, here, let's see if Ross got it on his. Ross van. February, we bring retail. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking too, man. I think in February, people are gonna drop. Like, wars are notorious as starting right when the new year starts. So I wouldn't be surprised to go into the 2024 presidential election bullshit with a war popping off, bro. And honestly, the way that the world is working right now, I honestly think people are gonna go into crypto. I think people are gonna rebel against this action of war, and they're gonna move into cryptocurrencies because it's gonna help with the mediocre concept that money is used to kill and all that other shit. Right now, I mean, it gets pretty deep. I mean, I'm in those bitches, motherfucker. I'm in the tinfoil hat community, so I get it. Depopulation and all that other stuff that's going on in the concept of what's going on. But I don't think that people that aren't being depopularized feel like people should be depopularized. So the fight for intelligence is still there, and that's what we're fighting for. So I think 2024, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I mean 30, we're going to see a lot of positive change in the world. I can't wait for it. At least I can feel it. So DBZen, yeah, here it is. Yeah, war is starting like March, April. It's weird. It's like, I don't know why it's always like that. It's like, what the fuck, bro? What the fuck, bro? Maybe it's because they want to catch spring. Maybe war is like something where they're like, oh, we don't want to fight in snow or some shit like that. Or we don't want to fight in the cold or some shit. Because it's combat. War is a combat. Or war is organized combat. So it's not like people are just, it's not like the movies. They're not just running a field shooting anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's organized. That's why it's like, oh, we blowing up your ammunition, you know, and shit like that. Strategy. So they probably do strategically pick seasons for that shit too. And hey, maybe they will print money in February, bro. That'd be crazy. I'm with it. Money printing coming back. The pump will be magical. Please take some profits during the mania. Hell yeah, man. You better take something, bro. Remember to take profits, please. Remember that. If you're not taking profits, you're tripping. We'll talk about something we could take some profits on. But yeah, so DBZen, as we rapidly approach DBZen in 1-year anniversary, we dedicate full focus on growing the ecosystem further throughout. So they're talking about they're going to be doing a Mastodon or Mastodon marketplace for DBZen and xeNFTs. They're going to have Xenon integration into dbzen.org. And then they're going to have DBZen game in partnership with Zen.game. So if you didn't know, it is Monday, I guess. Zen.game ended on Saturday, man. I'm pissed. I was DJing, so I couldn't even do, or Friday night, Saturday morning. I was DJing, so I couldn't even do anything. I was hurting. I was like, damn. But you know, good game, fun game, I guess. No, I'm just kidding. Oh wow, it's already on round 4. Okay, so that means nobody played round 2, and Bonk won. So here, this is gonna be the thing. Okay, so if you're thinking about playing Zen game, it's gonna keep going, and maybe eventually some round will pop off. Right? You know, people forget about it, and all of a sudden some round just like pops off, and it's like, yo, what the fuck? Like, yo, this thing's got hella Ethan or something crazy. Because I still think Zen game is great vanilla, right? So when I'm thinking of the vanillas now that I got Zen, like in Zen you have vanilla minting. So what's cool about vanilla minting is you can, you know, spend 1 gas fee, you know, come back and claim it in many days. Vanilla, just no extra shit, vanilla. And then we have DBZen also has a vanilla concept of mining DBZen. So it can get, I still, that's why I'm bullish on DBZen, because there could be other ways to mine DBZen and it's still mining from this contract, right? Like this contract produces the DBZen. So technically this is the mining contract. So if someone builds on top of this, then they're building on top of the DBZen miner. But this is the vanilla. So you would build, this would be your template to build on top of. And that's the same goes for Zen game. Zen game is so basic that it's a vanilla, and that's why these rounds are. The first round should have outlasted everything. Once that first round ended, everybody paid attention to round 2 and chanced it. Now that round has ended, no one gave a fuck about 3. But even whoever played this game, keys are like 2 cents. So if you bought this pot for 2 cents and you walked away with 0.83 ETH, you still won. You know, so this game is still fun because it's simple and it's vanilla. Now will the pot get out of control again? That we don't know. You know, it could take a couple rounds, you know, or it could take something else. But I think the vanilla version of this game is still gonna do well. And if you are lucky enough, you know, maybe you get into the fair launches and you just chill out. You can ROI, you burn your keys and all that other stuff. They were talking about it in their Telegram. I'm not really paying attention, but they were saying that maybe they'll remix this one and create a new one, like a brand new contract where you can't burn keys, where you keep your keys and things like that. I don't know. I don't think that's what's going to fix it. I think a better ratio of key rewards would fix the game to bring more interest, because then people would be like, oh, okay, I'm making money over here, you know. But yeah, somebody still won $1,000. So this is a 0.83 ETH is $1,700. So if they bought 1 key for 1 cent and they won $1,000, this is still a working game, baby. So I'm not tripping too much about Zen game ending anymore. I'm not gonna get emotional like that. Maybe one day I'll play it again. Maybe I'll play the next one and do a fair and get into the 10-minute fair launch. We'll see what happens. But yeah, game round 4 about to underway in 7 hours. So keep your eye on it. Damn, not the dribble. BTC with the dribble. Fuck. Zen with the goddamn dribble too. Damn it. Not Zen with the dribble. Come on, guys. Gwei is way too high right now. I do not need to remove my liquidity. Come on, please. Please do not bust off right now. Can somebody FUD this chart, please? We need some heavy FUD. We need some heavy FUD. I was hoping that my little tweet would add some FUD to the scene, but nobody took the bait. Yeah, no one took the bait. They knew that I'm probably the worst person to bait people. Let's see, where's it at? Yeah. I'm probably the worst baiter because everybody knows that I fucks with him. Yeah, Jack wrecked the internet last night. Is Jack CIA op? LOL. I would rather he wait to shill Zen until the Genesis is the X1. All right, see, that's what I mean. We're all on the same wave. We all get it. Like, we all know that we want this to be the biggest thing ever. We don't want it to just be a hit or miss. We want this to be the biggest thing that ever happened to anything. So I can't even FUD it up, bro. I can't even post Jack Levin literally saying I don't want to shill Zen and it's not going to drop the price anymore. Where are we going with this? It's an amazing time. Maybe we need somebody else, yo. But see, a hater influencer of Zen would never post that because they know that the comments of would help. Like Zenians are getting smarter in their combat styles, so they're learning how to comment and bring relationship to a conversation without forcing Zen down your throat. So our combat skills are pretty high right now. Again, our fight is with mediocrity. It's not with our fellow man. So it's hard to create FUD when the hate is not towards the human. It's just towards like the ideology. It's like, yo, man, that shit is dumb. Let me show you some logical shit here. And then now Zen is fucking finding a floor. And look at this. It's respecting this trend right here. This is a trend I drew going back to the low. Right, this is like from a low. All of this is when we started to go up. So this trend has been heavily respected. This was the dip below the trend before we caught and got up above it. We're looking at the hourly. That's another reason why I'm pretty bullish on what's happening right now. I have a tinfoil hat theory that the total market in general is gonna have a big impact on everybody in December 19th. So I'm paying attention to that day, and I'm watching the month going into that day. So we have the 14th marked off here, which is tomorrow. That's gonna start pretty much that countdown for a month to this day. And another reason why I came up with this thesis that like, this is out, that Zen is already bottomed. Like this was the bottom. Everything after that is gonna be harder to bottom out Zen because you're fighting market forces, and it's a very intelligent project. So it's just going against you heavy. This is like the worst thing to try to FUD right now because it could fuck your audience up. We literally have seen it. We have seen influencers fall off the ship. It's like, yo, what the fuck is going on? And it's because, yeah, you don't want to shill Zen to your following, because if you do, they're going to stop following you unless you're ready to shill Zen, unless you're ready to go hard on Zen. So it's a wild one. It's a wacky one. Let's go, Gary. Do it. Pay the email price. I'm going to send the Zen white paper to the SEC. There you go. That's some FUD. Hey, they might join, though. The SEC might be like, hey, we might need to outmine these motherfuckers. Turn the miners on. We got to outmine them. But yeah, man, I mean, Zen's doing great. Make your LPs. Set them up nicely. Looks like we're getting a tiny dump right now. But it's not a good dump because it's right on trend. So I need to see it fucking bag release. And I don't think gas prices really matter anymore for Zen. The bags will be released if they want, but this is just more proof. High gas, no bag release. People are holding their Zen. They don't want to let it go. They know it's too early. They know this isn't the moment. So that's great. It's great for us though, because this is the floor. To skyrocket from here and to come back down to here, would be like a bear market. And if we're out of a bear market in the mainstream market, then that means Zen is bottom, bro. This is 100% bottom. Have a good day, fellas. See you in Zen. Shout out Shaka. Big ups, bro. Have a good Monday, man. Have a good Monday. It's so crazy how positive this Monday it can become because of what this weekend was, man. The security in XENblocks is crazy. What is that website? Let's look at the website. Let's talk about some XENblocks. Jack 11. So yesterday, Jack started to test out on the XENblocks NFTs. So he spun up this contract or this this script so that you can run you're just fabricating a ton of NFTs just so he can get a test, right? But right now, what we have going on is this security, this website where it's showing you how fast the transactions can be on XENblocks. So what you do is you hold down the space bar, and every single one of these squares you see are a representation of a transaction happening on XENblocks, right? So these are real transactions. And Jack got this idea from Solana. I thought it was an amazing idea, actually. When I first saw it, I was like, wow, this is a great way to test or like abusing a system. Like we need to brute force a ton of abuse into XENblocks so that we can know how much abuse it needs or if it's gonna break, right? Fuck it, break it. So that's what this website is designed for. It's to break the server. And once you hit spacebar and you hold it, it just starts generating transactions. And these are real transactions happening somewhere on a centralized server that soon will be in an immutable network once everything is facilitated, right? Structure and architecture needs to be facilitated. Then they can drop that to us. We'll take that infrastructure and we will build. So yeah, definitely check this out. This website, you can see how fast XENblocks is going to be. And yeah, this is why I'm bullish on XENblocks, and I keep mining. This right here, this is the block explorer made by our guy Tree City West. Pretty dope. What up, Michael? When says Jay Way. When? I missed a lot in the last few days. What up, Jad? A little bit, man. A little bit. Is it a new year already? It's hella close, bro. The new year's around the corner. But yeah, man, I'm up to 5,000 Zuni blocks. 300 or 3,000 total regular blocks, which is about 30,000 XNM. And one super block. But yeah, I'm keeping my shit going. I'm packing I guess I haven't loaded these yet. But I have 2 pods running, one with 12 GPUs, one with 4 GPUs. So I guess I have a total of 16 GPUs running, and I'm getting around 20,000 hashes. So that's where I'm getting this average. 20,000 hashes is averaging me about 163 blocks in a day, and then 262 Zunis a day. And now it's really hard to get that hash power. And as more people join the network, it's going to get harder and harder to mine XENblocks without spending more and more money. So definitely this is the bottom of XENblocks. If you're trying to get into XENblocks now and get you a couple, down below in the description of this video, you're going to see a documentation you're going to see a doc that's going to guide you to creating a vast instance so that you can start mining today. But yeah, the longer and longer you wait to mine this, oh shit, my 12 one went offline. Oh, that's why it's not loading. Whack. Okay, so I'm not getting 20 hashes anymore. Damn, that's whack. They cut me off. 'Bitch asses. They turned it off after 7 days. 'Bitch asses. 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 'Bitch I'm hella sad. Well, fuck them then. Wow, that sucks. Now I really got to pick another one. Well, I'm holding on to this one. I've had this one for 9 days, so I guess you guys got to see that live. This is the problem though with using these gas. Gas is an acronym for GPU as a service. So gas is like a run pod. It's like a vast, a place where people give you a marketplace so that you can, so that you can, where's it at? It's right here. So they basically Vast and RunPod, they just set this up so people can sell their GPU power, right? Now the problem with these, and this is why we're just using this to mine the crypto, not necessarily build the network. The network will be, you won't be required to have a supercomputer to run a real node. You won't be able to just run on your laptop, unfortunately. And I mean, again, it's for security reasons, right? You don't want that. You want the best, right? Because there is no second best. You want the best. So you want the best computers getting it, and you could get slashed if you're trying to run a node with a bad computer. You might cost yourself all your XNN. So I'm never going to recommend it to somebody with a bad computer. That is a bad idea. But if you have a good computer, definitely, or like a supercomputer, you might want to be looking into mining XENblocks alone on your own and not using these unless you're going to use it to power up and get more blocks. Okay, that's what you're using it for, to get XNN. You're not using it to secure the network as much as people say that you're doing that. Because yeah, now that they've shut me the fuck down, how the hell am I going to secure the network? I'm down. Gotta find a new one. Let's do that real quick before I get up out of here. What up, Gene? Or Jab? Good to see you, bro. And they rugged me hard. That shit hurt my heart. That was a good one. I was getting, before I quit it out, I had 12 GPUs for 52 cents. I was getting 10,000 hashes for 52 cents. That shit is gone. You turned me off. Oh, man. That sucks. What am I going to buy? So what I'm doing when I look for my instances, I'm comparing VRAM, which is your memory. So you want to have a lot of memory because a lot of memory is going to hash. So VRAM is going to be your memory for hashing. Now for confirmations to possibly get a super block, you're going to want to focus on T-flops because T-flops will help you get a super block. The reason for that is T-flops is the processing power of the rig. So the more flops you have, the more opportunity of blocks you can, super blocks you can get, but it's all random. T blocks is just like, imagine it's just like you're increasing your chances. So you're using this as a parameter of increasing your chances, but don't think it's gonna get you one. All right, I literally had that instance running for 7 days. I got no super blocks, right? And then the one I did get super blocks on is this one, which is only running 4 GPUs, right? So and it's an A40, so there's a lot of different things that go into it. But that's what I'm always looking for. I'm looking for a good one. So this one is exactly what I have right now. So maybe I'll add another one of these. If this is all I can get, this is a good. It's good. Let's see here. Yeah, I might have to do that. Oh yeah, they're A5000s. My bad. They're not A40s. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just run one of these. Let's see if they work. We'll get 2 of them. We'll get both of them right here. Rent. Let's go to instances. So if you report instances that don't work for you, you go over here and you hit report machine. When you reload that instance to your profile, you'll always see that you reported it, which is great, so that you can instantly be like, oh, that one's not going to work if it doesn't really start. So we'll see right now if it starts up. If it doesn't, then I don't know why this person doesn't take it down. Why you always lying? This isn't the bottom. Stop dreaming. I don't know, Dioshlan. I don't know, man. I can't believe it anymore, bro. This is the bottom. It's here. This is it. The XENblocks, bro. The XENblocks is what's building the bottom for Zen right now. So we gotta stop. We gotta stop Zen. But now people are curious about Zen because of XENblocks. And that's where I'm at with it. When XENblocks becomes really hard to grab and get obtained, then it means that you have to mine Zen to be part of the experience. Because then if you mine enough Zen, you can burn it for XN tokens, and then you can maybe finesse XENblock or XNM tokens because you have XN tokens. But you're gonna need to get into the Zen ecosystem in order to start your journey. That's why all roads lead to Zen. When you really think about it, everything leads back to the end user realizing, oh my God, I need to get a bag of Zen. Like everything is the realization of that. That's why I wasn't stressing about XENblocks. I was like, this is gonna be fine. I don't know why anybody's tripping. It's got Zen in the name. At least it wasn't called something like Prism Blocks or something. Then we would know for a fact it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Status error response. This failed to contain to create a task. So yeah, these are still fucking bonk. Go ahead and report this. Unable to start. I don't want to see it ever again. We'll delete them. So it looks like I got their only working instance right now. All right, let's see if we can find one real quick. I might just get a banger because I got some bread up in here right now. Maybe I'll get a banger. Or nah, I should be conservative. Nah, let's get a banger. Let's get one. Yeah, let's get one with like 10 GPUs or something crazy. Cause I'm pissed. I want a lot. Whew, $216 a day for 12 4090s. Who needs all that? Damn, $6, $156 a day for 1040 840s. All right, maybe it's a little too overdose. Okay, that's a little too overdose. B, calm down, boy. Just go to 8. You're right. Because like when you're just conservative about how you're finessing, you're just trying to mine blocks. Once you start putting more money behind your investment or behind your block production, you should be like self-conscious and aware of that you're doing that shit. So in that way you protect yourself from investing more than you're willing to lose, right? You don't want to invest more than you're willing to lose. That's not the bright idea here. Okay. I wonder if these two will work. I like these prices. Now that I've dropped some, I can pick up something like that. We shopping right now, boy. We shopping. $3.40 for 10 390s. 357 T flops, 24 gigabytes. Let's see. Is there anything else here for 340 at that many T flops that we can seize? All right, let's say we want to get 300 T flops. Oh, we got one up here. So it's got 300 T flops. It's $1.59. That one's looking good. It's 12 gigabytes. But I've seen this one before. I don't think this is the one. We'll test it out though. If not, what we're gonna go with is the one down here. We're gonna get the most T flops possible. But for 40 cents more, I can get 300 more. I might have to do this one. Let's see. Is there anything better below that? 5. Yeah, there's nothing tapping on that one. Yeah, we're gonna grab this one here. We'll see how long we can keep these. These ones are fucking expensive. Oh yeah, so you see here, I reported this machine already, so it's already letting me know like, hey, this one might not load because you've reported it before. So we'll wait to see if it's been fixed. If not, we do have this one. So whenever you do these ones with larger amounts of instances, they can take a longer time to load because it's basically daisy chaining all these instances together with the Ubuntu. So you got to give it a second. And again, right here, you're going to be able to see your status of what's happening. If that's not enough for you, where's it at? Oh, they don't show it yet. Yeah, not yet. Maybe you just hit this down arrow. You can see it booting, loading up. Kind of. I guess I just show you here. Once it's loaded, though, you'll see like right here on this one I have on top, it has an area, this button right here, where I can request the log and see the instance to make sure everything is all gravy. But until it's created, you can't see it. Okay, cool. So I reported this a while ago, but you'll see here it came on. But we'll see if we can connect to it. That might be why I reported it. Maybe I couldn't connect to it. It feels hella familiar. It feels like I've been here before. So what we're gonna do is, again, I have a guide. It's going to be in the description. There's two types of guides. We have this one, which is going to be a 13-step guide, breaks it down, lets you know how you need to do it. Then I have another guide. I like the 13-step guide, but some people don't like that guide because they just want to drag and drop, or they just want to go. Okay, now this one's mine for what I want to do. So I'm going to copy this real quick. But there's another one. It's down in the description, where basically it's a one-liner. It takes all of these commands and then it just makes one big super command. And then in that one big super command, you can just run it one time and it's going to build everything for you, so you don't have to continuously do one at a time. But what is good about doing it one at a time is you can understand what's under the hood, and you can find yourself correcting errors. So I'm never not going to promote that shit to a new user. I'm going to always tell a new user, build it. Do not one-line it. If you want to be a one-liner, do not cry if it's not working the way you wanted it to work. To the masses, you know, cry to yourself, but do not cry to the masses if that shit was not working. Damn, this one's still not loading. Error response invalid NVIDIA. All right, whatever, bro. We don't care about it. We'll get another one. Pyrazine. What's Pyrazine? That's right, busy, full of hopium. Hopium is very high, man. Invested in blocks full of hopium. Wait, what's the hopium? Hey, yeah. Where's the hopium? But hell yeah, Deoshland. Shout outs. Go Raiders. We fucking did that shit yesterday. Hey, we a problem now. People are gonna be like, yo, that's a problem. The Raiders are a problem. But where's the hopium? There's zero hopium I'm spitting right now. That's why I'm like, where's the hopium? I'm actually amazed that the followers are going up while I'm talking about Vast. I'm like, or the viewers, I'm like, yo, I expected everybody to leave me alone once I started talking about Vast, and it should start going up. So where is the hopium? Because I would love to see it. We're literally yesterday was kind of funny in the telly. This was funny. I'm gonna put Buddy on the spot. Buddy saying, let's see, price. He was like, oh no, basically, bro was like saying how our imaginary internet money just got more expensive. Oh, this was funny. I posted this over here though. Avalanche. This is the guy Eman. This is the guy who created Avalanche. So yesterday I was on Twitter and somebody was like, we need a proper shitcoin on Avalanche. We can actually, with actual memes and pure optimism following through the community on all fronts, we do not have that right now. And then this guy just goes, take the lead. What the fuck? Man, talk about reaching for some credibility. That was a crazy one. Oh yeah, right here, Buddy was like, good spaces today. Our free experimental XENblocks went up in value. So that's why I'm like, where's the hopium? Hopium is the anticipation of XENblocks. Nah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. What is the anticipation? Because they work. We're not anticipating anything. Like, I have ownership of my blocks because of the salt. And then there's all of it's here. Like, oh yeah, also, if you don't know, you should join the Telegram because this is where the codes are. So when new code arises, it shows up here. You might not see it on the GitHub. Like last night when Jack did what's that? When Jack introduced this, he dropped it here like this. This is what I mean though. Sometimes you don't get everything unless you get here. But then once you get here, you're like, oh, yeah, the code is real. Like there ain't no Hopium. I don't have to hope for anything. It's happening. This is the NFT code. So we can stress test XENblocks so that we can make sure that it can handle NFT load. And that's what was happening last night when we were creating NFTs. Because we already are close to immutability because people are already running nodes. So the next step in the node processing is making sure that transactions run correctly before distributing all of the nodes. Actually, Jack talked about this yesterday in the spaces too. That's probably what's happening right now. If you feel like what I'm saying is Hopium, you're probably just off of the narrative because you're not deep in the game. Or not to say you're not deep in the game, but you're just not like following it. So now it seems like it's Hopium, but in actuality, everything it's existing. So none of it is Hopium because it exists. The Hopium is if the nodes will come online. And if you're in it, you know that the nodes are already online. And you can see that visually here on XENblocks under the geo nodes. But it's up to you, yo. It's up to you to believe if this is real. If you think this is Hopium, you're allowed to think that. You know, like you're totally allowed to think that. Personally, I see this as like, okay, cool. We've got 66 active XENblock nodes. And these drop off because some people don't see the value in it yet. Because once everything makes sense, people will turn on their nodes, because if you're mining XENblocks, you get a miner's bonus if you're running a coordinates node. So one node is the transaction node, which will be your basic miner node, where you're like running shit like this. And then there's going to be a consensus node or a coordination nodes, and that's going to be these maps where people are setting up supercomputers to coordinate the organization of the ledger. And then comes X1 chain, where that's the settlement layer, where people are building applications, NFTs, and then they're settling on X1 chain and using XENblocks as a security level layer to keep the value of their project. Versus going to like launch your project on a chain where you're gonna have to rely on that chain's success. You know. Yeah, I mean, I don't know where the Hopium is right now. Honestly, I feel like I'm talking so fucking nerdy that I feel like I should be losing people. It's Hopium because how dare us be bullish on crypto that hasn't peaked already? I mean, that's true too. Well, that's what I'm saying. I feel like yesterday, all Hopium was removed from XENblocks. All the Hopium was sucked out of the room. Because now Jack is saying, I'm going to make something better than Solana. So that's the Hopium. Is it going to be better than Solana now? So, yeah, I mean, that's the only Hopium I can think of. We're hoping that we're faster network than Solana. And if that does happen, then yes, XENblocks could be a huge project. Let's see the market share of Solana right now. We were talking about this yesterday in the spaces. But yeah, I would say tune into the recent spaces. You can start hearing some of this stuff. Oh my God. Why'd you say that, Tree? Tree said, look at the Gwei. Oh, man. Oh, because Bitcoin's getting ready to go off. We're looking at the 4 hour. Yep. Because we're going into well, basically, if this can close up right now in the next 30 minutes, we'll be going into the next candle of the 4 hour. Right? Oh no, what the fuck, bro? Everything changed because of fucking daylight savings time. And now, man, never mind. Just kidding. It's like DBZen today. I woke up and I was like, okay, cool. Like, I'm gonna go check my DBZen. I was like, it already paid out. I'm like, oh, daylight savings time. Like, now it's 9 a.m., not 10 a.m. no more. So the same goes here. It's no longer 12 p.m. It's gonna be 11 a.m. So the 4 hour already started on Bitcoin. So now everyone is speculating upper. That's why it's going up. If it can break past this resistance, maybe it'll try to go for this resistance at 37. And it's fighting. It's trying to get back up above 38. I think it's doing it. That's why I'm like, we're in a bull market. So it's going to just, it's what it did in 2016. You're going to see it retrace. People buy the dip. It goes up. It's going to retrace. People buy the dip. It goes up. It's going to retrace. People buy it, and so on and so on and so on until all of a sudden it's at $50,000. And everybody's like, what the fuck? Bitcoin's at 50K, right? We already got that labeled here, bro. So we already know that's happening. But damn, yeah, that's what's happening right here in the gas. The reflection of everything mooning. Oh yeah, ETH is mooning right now. Hope you got a bag of ETH and SYN. Fuck. Might have to get out of the LP. I don't really care about the fees because I'm right here. This is my shit gets stomped out once we break out of this channel. Oh, let's check on the XEN on the blocks. Okay, cool. So the one liner, it worked already, but I don't know if this is gonna work. So we gotta open up a new terminal. This console has 10. Is that right? 10. All right, so I need 10 instances, which will be right here. All right, we're gonna go CD. Oopsies. CD. Send GPU miner. We're gonna hit this. Hit enter. Unknown error. Unknown error. Yeah. So this one still popped off. That's why I reported this one, because it has errors in it. Fucking stupid ass bitch. All right, we're out of there. I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make one right now. I only say that because I want to be strategic about my instances. I don't want to just throw one in the mix, bro. I mean, I could do that. I have videos if you want to see how I throw it in the mix, or I just did it right now where I'm just trying to throw it in the mix. But I really am a believer in these T-flops. This is actually a pretty good one right here. We'll go ahead and grab this one. We'll see what it can give us. I've been looking at it too for a while. It keeps showing up. Let me make sure I haven't used it yet. All right, cool. Let's see if we can get this one going. It's a mature one. You know what I'm saying? It's what it is. It is what it is. You know, 120 gigabytes of VRAM, 110 of T-flops. So it's technically better than the 4 RTX 5000s, even though it has less RAM than those. So let's see what it performs like. But you can see here, this person, they put a 5-day timer on this. So you can only use it for 5 days, and then it's gonna kick you out. Whoever this is in Tennessee, they're smart. I see this one all the time. They have some really good deals, but they make sure that people can use the GPUs. Some people, like this person in Sweden, do you see their remaining time is 1 day or 1 month? So they give you more time to use the GPU. Some are just smart. I think this is smart. It's how you make your money, bro. I remember a year ago you were a part of the No Hopium police. Wait, what? I don't understand. No Hopium. I have the Hopium hoodie. I'm King Hopium. I didn't even know I was in so much Hopium until I would say like, yeah. Once everybody started tripping that I wasn't talking about DBZen. That was the funny one. That's when everyone started saying all that crazy shit about me. And then which was the other one? VMPX. Once I started talking about VMPX, the tipping one, I think that fucking ruined some people's character was the one where people started calling me a yes man. And I was fucking correct. Now who's the yes man? You feel me? Mic drop without even having to do it. So yeah, man, I don't know what Hopium police I've been part of. I feel like everybody's been attacking me because I'm fucking intelligent. If anything, most of my Hopium is just a relationship of logic. How to be how to be logical, and how logic plays in advancements. I think if Coinbase never laid me off, maybe I still would believe in VC crypto. But I'm gonna take that shit to the grave with me. Them niggas should have never let me off. I'm coming for you, Brian. All right, here we go. So this one has 10 instances as well. So we'll go ahead and copy this. Again, now this right here, this is something I created on my own. So I recommend that once you steal the code from me, fork my guide. The way that you can do that is when you go to edit, you can make a copy. So fork the guide and then tweak it to fit your own. Here, let's see if we can find the one-liner one. This one. So yeah, when you get here, just fork this one and then change it in your own, and then fork, like, you know, manipulate this stuff so that you can make it quick for yourself. And again, I mean, I feel it. Everybody wants to do templates and stuff, but I think you'll walk away with a little bit more from the experience if you build it. Spend the time to understand what you're building. Spend the time to understand what the errors mean. You know, spend the time, so then that way when you're the most elite, like, nobody can stop you in XENblocks. Like, no one is going to be middlemaning your experience to tell you that you're not doing the right things. Like, spend the time. On God. Every TED Talk I do, you better spend the motherfucking time, boy. Fuck you mean skipping the line, fast pass? Better spend the time. Cause look at me now, I'm fucking beast mode. Can't tell me shit. And I get it. This is old. People have been mining forever, but it's my time. That's how I think of this stuff. I'm like, oh, this is time for, it's our time now. And then the OGs will come in and be like, oh, we did that before. It's like, yeah, it's my time now. That's what's tight. That's the beauty of life. The youth always come up and it's their time. That's why I'm starting to support the youth. I used to think that Generation Z was weird as fuck. Then, because I'm a millennial, but then I started to think about it and I'm like, wait a second. Those are the artists. That's who's the artists. Like, they have full creative range, bro. They don't have to learn Photoshop, bro. They don't have to learn Logic or Fruity Loops. Like, I had to learn that shit before I could use it and make art. They just do it, and now they have AI. So shout outs to Gen Z. Y'all are gonna be the craziest creatives. We've had some great creatives in our lifetime, but some are getting ready to show up. And then the youth, the generation behind that, what do y'all? I forget. Whatever that generation is, where they 13 right now, 14. They're gonna be next up too, bro. They're gonna help change the world. We're gonna keep this shit going. And then there will be haters. There'll be some old motherfuckers that go, "Oh, we did that before." Like, bro, who cares? It's our time. All right, cool. So this went ahead. It shows that it's got my address in it. So go over here. We're gonna paste these instances. We got 10 of them bitches. This is what it should look like. It should say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All of them challenged into difficulty. It's showing that it's got my address as the salt, so I own it. It's giving me the hash power here. I'm getting around 1,000 hashes with these A2000s, 12 gigabytes of VRAM, but I got 120 because they're all stacked on top of each other, which is giving me a hash rate speed of 11,000. All right, and I'm getting 11,000 for $1. That's probably the best I'm gonna do today. I mean, granted, I just ended up spending 10 or 50 more cents than I was spending to get around the same range. But it is what it is, you know, until I get my own hardware. But do I see myself ever owning 10 GPUs? I don't fucking know. So, yeah, we mining and doing this game until we figure it out. Because once transfers go live, and people can start transferring around the what do you call it? The XNM, and like the super blocks and stuff like that. Once all that stuff kind of goes live, where you can like move them around, you know, that's when I'll be like, okay, maybe I'll take a little. If there's a real market for XENblocks, then I'll take some profits and I'll probably recycle those profits into a supercomputer, to keep my shit going. Because again, it's about being in the network for as long as you can be. You're better off reinvesting into. It's like me right now. Like, I'm getting credits for teaching people how to do this. And what do you fucking think I'm doing with the credits, bro? I'm minting XENblocks. So you just got to keep recycling. That's what the cool thing about crypto. You just keep, and then eventually, hopefully, you know, you're in a better place. You're in the fucking Bahamas or some dumb shit. You're recycling your funds into a vacation instead of into hardware and, you know, positioning. But yeah, right now it's still recycle world until full bull run. So we're recycling these motherfuckers. Zentat says, I had to buy Zen, claiming mints was too expensive. For real? Damn. You said I'm gonna let it bleed. I've been but you not that's kind of why I jumped into providing liquidity right now, so I can try to hopefully get some good shit. But I think I'm about to get up out of there. I'm just pissed that I spent so much on gas. Whatever though, it's the experiment, bro. Can't wait for X1 chain. Get the fuck off of Ethereum. Jesus. Gas is so high right now. $60 to swap a coin. $100 to sell an NFT. $19 a bridge. That's not bad. Maestro. What's that? Yeah, what a time. Right now I have 13K XENblocks. Keep on mining. Oh yeah, 13K XENM or XNM. Yeah, bro, keep mining, bro. Don't let them tell you not to. You can mine for as long as you want. I think it's kind of cool though that we have like this stupidness. Titan X comes in and says DXN is a failure. It's hard to say that with the username Titan X. It kind of sounds like a vendetta more than it does like logic. I'm a simple man, so my gains are being used to start pecan tree farms. Lambos are for dorks. LOL, Dake. Yeah, that's a fact. I mean, how do they stop VC crypto from becoming Zen? You can't. No, I mean you can't, but you stop it from the. Well, okay. Here, how about this? When a baby is born, it's either coming out whatever nationality the mom is and the dad is, or it's coming out whatever nationality the mom is and the dad is. So the birth of a baby is very important on its nationality, because whatever mommy is and whatever daddy is, that's what the baby should be. So it's about the birth. So the birth of Zen was born with no VC funding. Now you can't stop it post, right? Like, I mean, Michael Jackson still turned into a white man. So I mean, Sammy Sosa is the same motherfucker. You can take melanin out of your skin, right? So the same can happen for Zen. Fair principles can be removed from it now, and VCs can enter in any way, any shape and form that they like, you know. Actually, I would say VCs are nothing more than an abundance of money. So there are people already who are pulling together to do DB Zen, and I know people pulling together to mint Zen. So pulls have already started in Zen. I just think that they're really quiet about it because, again, the game is to get ahead of your neighbor. It's not to keep people on the same side, right? And that's why being an influencer in Zen, you become so transparent with everything that it just is what it is, you know. Like, it's transparency will drive first principles, and I do feel like you can't stop VCs, but you can create better developers. And those better developers, such as myself, will know that VCs might not be the way to fundraise, you know. And I'm living my life that way. Like, I'm a DJ that should have a manager. I should have been had a manager. I'm 10 years into DJing and I'm still independent, bro. And it's cool because I have friends in the industry that give me platform from time to time. So when I take those platforms, I fucking rage. I take it and I rage on myself and make sure everybody knows who the fuck I am at the end of that shit. And no VC funding, just alley-oop. You know what I'm saying? Just, hey, yo, bro, I got the alley-oop. And then I'm going to dunk it when I grab that bitch. So that's kind of how I'm seeing Zen. It was born without VCs. Same with XENblocks. It's born without VCs. But VCs will step in because it's dunkable. And they ain't going to, They ain't gonna let it just dunk without them, bro. That's what happened with Solana. That shit baited in a ton of VCs, and Jack kind of exposed it yesterday with the whole. They spent 300 million on development, and that was the hard part, like getting brains together in hackathons. That was the beginning stages to create blockchain 2.0, but he's trying to create blockchain 3.0, which I totally feel, separating the transactions from the confirmation layer. Kind of cool. It's cool shit. But yeah, that's kind of like my thing. Panties in a bunch, Brian. Titan X, LOL, kick rocks. Yeah, let's check out Titan X. Let's see what's happening there, man. That's where the Hopium is. There's zero Hopium in Zen now. It's either hold or dump. Either you believe or you don't. That's why I'm like, yo, if you really don't fuck with it anymore, just get rid of it. You know, just like there's so much shit going on in the crypto. Like, why are you still focused on Zen? That this I would also say that would speak volumes to your confusion. If you are confused, you've been saying to yourself, why the fuck am I still in Zen? That was like me with DBZen. I was vocally telling people, I think this is a mental issue. Like, I think I'm having a mental issue holding my DXN and continuously fucking with it. And it is true, because it's all Hopium. It's just mental. DBZen is 100% Hopium. Zen is not, and neither is XENblocks, and that's why people don't like it. People like Hopium, and then they like to tell you that you're driven on Hopium. That shit crazy. Now that I'm talking about it out loud, people will be like, yeah, you're a Hopium motherfucker, and then they'll show you something that's pure Hopium. Pure. There's still no pure Hopium in Zen. It's created with time and time gas, and then over time it decreases in supply using time again. Over time it uses time to become more scarce. Sick. Now on Titan X, you might not have that same luxury. This bitch is a stable coin. What the fuck? Oh, something's happening on the hourly. But I don't like that. It couldn't even pump. Look at all those wicks. See, this is what you don't want to see. And why Zen is not mooning right now. And why Jack Levin, again, look, everything right now is in front of your face. Why Jack Levin is not going to tell a group of randos to buy into Zen, or he's going to blatantly tell them, hey, I don't want to shill Zen for you to go and buy it, right? Because that's not how you create monster candles, because there's going to be too much sell pressure as soon as it starts to go up. So that's the problem with Titan X right now. There's a lot of people ready to exit. They got to shake them motherfuckers out. It wasn't born fair, so it unfortunately can't have that mystique. It can say it's fair, but it was not born fair. So that's the problem with it. It will always have that stank. I do not know why Jake did that shit. I still do not know why he did 3%. It's like he was just like, I don't need that, you know. But that's what I'm trying to say. Do not compare Titan to Zen. It's not the same. These are not the same things. It's got a great distribution model that's similar to Zen, but it's not Zen. Nothing about it is exactly like Zen. So please do not compare them. Do not even compare Titan to DXN, because you sound stupid, because DXN is in parallels with Zen. It's part of the hyperstructure. So yes, DXN is down because of Zen, not because of DXN. DXN's pure Hopium, and then now Zen ain't got no Hopium, so DXN ain't got no Hopium, and it runs on Hopium. CG is shilling Optimism Zen. I still don't know why. Audi King, if you're watching this, why the fuck are you talking about Eve Moss? Nobody cares, bro. I'm sorry, guys. Nobody cares about Eve Moss. That's pure Hopium. They gassing motherfuckers up over there. It's that gas. The only reason I say that is because of the transaction volume. It's significantly lower. And then Avalanche. So like, again, Avalanche has, Avalanche is funny in Zen world, because the people hating on Avalanche are Avalanche users. That's why I'm like, man, how they over here asking for shit coins and Zen is on their network, you know. And we can step in there. I know Simple we stepped in and told people about it, but they ain't got the brain capacity to understand Zen. So again, this is an amazing one. But that's again why I'm saying like ETH Moss. It just makes me wonder, like, because the price is so low, it's free to use the transactions there. It's just harder to think it's gonna go crazy, but it will go crazy, you know, because this is Zen. It's gonna go crazy. But I would just, you know, not to hate on it or anything. I'm just trying to put it in relation to the idea that there's so much hopium out there, that there's opportunities everywhere, that everything is pretty much pure hopium. Nothing is as non-hopium as XENblocks right now. That shit is zero hopium. Zero. The hopium in XENblocks is, can I get a super block? You see, OP Zen is not hopium. The OP Zen is hopium though. I'll tell you why right now. Let's go look at it. Because the thing about OP Zen is you need people to go there. So the attraction of OP Zen is that it's faster than old Zen. But the problem with that is there's nothing wrong with old Zen. It's just like Titan X. If you're going to point out a problem that no one cares about, it's not going to look good for yourself. Now, the thing about OP Zen is main Zen controls it. So it's going to do great. Now, how great it does is how easy it is to get here. And a lot of people don't want to go there. So you're trying to attract, it goes back to the ASIN thing. And if someone can do it, I'm waiting for somebody to do it. The only chain I've seen do it is Pulse Chain. Pulse Chain has been the only blockchain that has actually shown community support. Look how it went down. Like everything else is like do like do. Let's look at them. Look at these motherfuckers. Everything just dropped to the floor in Zen. Oh, I guess not Matic Zen. Maybe this one opposite direction. This one's showing a different chart, but it still dropped a lot. See, it dropped a lot. I hate Pulse Chain, but I have to be involved because it is actually showing really good signs of community. It didn't dump. And that's what's fire about Pulse Chain. As more people, and I'm not even trying to shill Pulse Chain, I'm just talking about it from a logical standpoint of watching all the other chains. A lot of it couldn't be made quick because the gas was so high. So a lot of people have already sold their inflation, and future inflation is going to be able to give this some price appreciation, because now the people that continue minting on Pulse Chain, they'll have the Zen. And then as ETH Zen rises, this will rise with it. All tide, rising tides rises all boats. So that's why I'm not tripping about the hopium that's placed out there, but it's all hopium on top of ETH Zen. It won't be successful unless ETH Zen is successful. So, and then why am I taking my ETH and moving to Optimism for another chance, unless I'm already there? Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. We have Zenify, but that's what I mean. Our community isn't educated like that. Zen community is not about floating around like they say they are. I'm one of the only bandits that's doing that shit. It's a very lonely road of people floating around. Now, there's not a lot of us. Most people in Zen are in Zen because they had coins on the chain. I'm set on that shit too. I love me some OP Zen. But why, Brian? Why? Because did you have ETH on OP before you went there? Or did you literally bring a bag there for that? $1 million and another 7 million. I've always said Pulse Chain has a lot of low on brains. We believe everything, and we believe anything followers. Hard to bet such a chain in, and hard to not bet on it. Okay, I hear what you're saying here. I've always said that Pulse Chain has a lot of low brains on it. We believe anything. We believe anything, basically. Well, I mean, yeah, people on Pulse Chain believe anything. They're like the lowest barrier of user, but they're one of the smartest users. because there's a lot of smart people with degrees that don't even know how to use MetaMask, let alone like travel around the internet. So that's what I would say that the Pulse community does have, and why I think Jack went so heavy into bringing this information to people in Hex and in Pulse Chain, so that you could, because you're the test subject, you are the rat. Same with OP's in. This is a rat blockchain, bro. What the fuck we doing over there? You're a lab rat on OBSyn. That's why Jack did that shit. I'm not trying to be a lab rat. If I'm a lab rat, I'm a lab rat in XENblocks. Hey, xeNFTs is gonna bring XENblocks to the swapping. You heard it here first. Yeah, Ethan about to take off, man. Don't be on some other ass chain. Without, you better be staking your Zen. You better be in it to win it. Because when this takes off, everything coming up with it. Everything. Phoenix is actually trash. The DApp doesn't even work properly, says Titanx. Let's see, bro. Let's see if it freezes as soon as I go to it. Sometimes what we've learned in Phoenix is some people have a really bad internet connection at the crib. And when they have a bad internet connection at the crib, this site is using a lot of different variables to load different pieces of different places. Like right now, like this thing is loading 13 chains to give you these numbers here. So sometimes if you don't have the right bandwidth on your computer, or if you don't have enough storage on your browser. So sometimes, like right now, I have a ton of tabs open. Tabbing on a browser, in case you didn't know, that can take up a lot of memory, and then that memory can interfere with contract calling. So that's kind of something I've realized when working with Phoenix website, is that it does a lot of activity in the background. So you just want to have the best. It's just part of the experience here. You're just gonna want to have the best. With that being said, though, I'm it's worked totally fine for me. I've been able to stake. I could probably stake it right now if gas was so high. Let's see what let's do a stake. I got 310 Phoenix here. Let's see how high gas is. We want to beat the staking class, so we're gonna probably want to stake until like 2027. Yeah, we'll stake until 27. Oh, we gotta come down here. We gotta hit unlock the month so we can move around a little bit. But let's just do my birthday, 2027. Tuesday. So that's my birthday is 12/12. Two Tom Brady's away from today. Nice. We like 12s. Oh, okay. So yeah, this is the part right here, right? So when this happens, I get this issue too, where I do everything and then the button doesn't work. So what I do is I refresh. Once I refresh, I'll go ahead and hit max. Right. I'll go ahead and go down here and I'll remind myself to unlock. I think I've been telling Joe he should get rid of this, but I feel him. He's trying to make it work. But that's what messes you up. If you have that lock month button on, that's where the bug is. So he's been trying to debug this for a long time because for some reason he really wants this thing. I don't really know what his direction is. He's a UI master, so he knows something I don't know about this and why it's so important to get it embedded into the code. So, but what I do to fix that issue is I just refresh. Once I do all that, I can see here my start stake button opens up. What I'm seeing here is that I should see a pool return of 350 Phoenix. So I am securing my principal by staking my Phoenix out 1,212 days. Won't be losing any Phoenix there, and then I'll be getting so I'm actually gaining Phoenix. I'm maybe getting 40 Phoenix, and then I'll be getting rewards from people burning Zen for Phoenix. That go to translate to the reward pool. So we'll go ahead and start this stake. We're gonna get kind of manny with it, just to see how expensive it is right now. Let's see. $27. Wow, that's not that bad though. At 90 Gwei, that's actually not that bad. If you try to end a hex stake right now at 90 Gwei, you definitely will be crying for sure. There'll be tears in the street. Now, I'm not gonna start the stake because honestly, there's not enough Phoenix. The fuck, 300 Phoenix for $30 staking? Nah, man, I gotta get some extra Phoenix, or I gotta burn some hits in. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm not gonna do that right now, but yeah, that's still a good price. If I was someone who needed to start staking, because I'm not staking already, $30 to get in to the pool isn't that bad. Titan X, man, you sound like a hater, bro. Just you gotta come with your FUD differently, dog. How about that? We're here to educate, so you gotta come with the right kind of FUD, and you might want a better screen name. Right now, you're Titan X. Maybe you want to be like T to the X, you know, or call me Mount Olympus, or meet me Mount Olympus, or like I got Titan hands, or let's think of a cool ass screen name, because that screen name ain't gonna work, bro. We gotta get you beefed up so you can be full hater mode. Zen is ass, and then you start, you know, saying it's all about Titan. Your username though is Zen is ass. You know, those things. That's gonna not make you look like a hater. Roz is a dork. That's some real hater stuff. That's like coming from the bottom of your heart, bro. You know what I'm saying? Don't hate from the bottom of your heart. That's not smart. You feel me? You hear it? Don't hate from the bottom of your heart. That's not smart. Hate from the top. You know what I'm saying? Hate from the top. That's that real hatred. Titan will outperform Zen and even Hex this cycle. Oh man, we got a new one in the chat. I love you, bro. Real talk. Nah, Jake is better than Satoshi. He isn't even hiding. Yeah, yo, your facts, bro. You can see Jake's face. Might not be his real first name, but you know, he's out here. Remember the Titans? They burned and crashed. Hey, and remember the Titans when the football player becomes paralyzed? That shit is so sad. Never forget it. VCs do not have to buy Titan X for it to work. I don't think any VCs in Hex, and it still worked. I mean, Hex only worked because Richard Hart pumped the fucking price. Like, if Richard didn't pump the price, Hex would have never worked. I mean, we all know this already. Come on, guys. We know this shit. We ain't got to go back to 2021 and debate it all, or 22. So it's about to be 24. We already know this, but I hear you, Car Pro. Jake is still pumping artificially the coin. That's why it's not fair, because the fairness isn't to have a buy and burn that pumps the price. But you have to have a certain type of maturity in crypto to comprehend it. So I can't hate, because that just lets me know you're not on the maturity level of most seasoned veterans in crypto, which is fine. You know, this might be your first dab. You know, this might be your introduction. That's why I can't tell you what to do. You know, and I gotta accept you in my space, because I want your voice to be heard to those that are curious. You know, because crypto bro gonna stay on Zen, and it's always gonna be here for you with arms wide open. Whenever you lose, we still gonna be here, going up. You gonna lose again, and you gonna come back, and we're gonna be like, it's all good, fam. Go ahead, do that vanilla mint. Get yourself right. Shake that shit off. Stop crying, bitch. Mint some Zen. Titan got a buy and burn, dummy. LOL. So that's what I mean, though. Like, y'all got to come with better intellectual discussion, because if you don't do it that way, it comes off as if you're just repeating someone, and that's what the downfall of Hex was. Hex became harder to comprehend because then people started regurgitating each other instead of regurgitating facts. So the facts here is that no one is making Titan X anymore. So since they're not making Titan X anymore, there isn't a significant amount of Titan or ETH going into the buy and burn version 2, which is supposedly now decentralized. Buy and burn version 1 is the problem here. And yes, this is going to go into the contract. If it doesn't get hacked and it doesn't have any interruptions, it should find its way into the contract. But again, it doesn't subsidize the sell pressure of mints. So since people are minting Titan X, they're going to forever dump on it. And that's why Jake has to be strategic about how he does the buy and burn, because he can't do the buy and burn all at one time, because then it's like you busted a nut that you've been waiting to bust with the baddest bitch ever. And then now that you've busted it, you're like, fuck, I gotta go home. This shit is done. This shit is done. Right, so that's why he divided this. I already seen it, bro. I already know what he's doing, bro. He's working backwards now because he forgot to do this part. He should have just never did this. But whatever, it's gonna be fine. I'm being critical. I'm not being a hater like the people in my comments. I'm just being very critical. Yeah, he should have never did the fabricated price prediction concept. That was bringing in the Richard Hart shit. You don't want to do anything Richard Hart did, bro. Stay away from you can look up to Richard Hart, but do not do anything he did in crypto when it comes to releasing in crypto. Yeah, don't do any of that shit. That shit is done. He was the only person that can do it. That's why he's the GOAT for that. No one else can be goated like Richard Hart. You can follow in his footsteps, but I don't think you can be goated like him. That fool's goated. He literally like that. I mean, Jake is goated now because y'all gave him 9 million. That goated Jake. He doesn't even need Titan anymore. Y'all are shilling something he don't even need. he doesn't even need to do anything anymore. He could just let this shit die. He already made his. Again, why is no one mining it? This should be filling up. This should be hot. I rest my case, man. What the fuck am I talking about? Where'd he go? Hey, I expected to see Titan X all up in the comments. Where'd he go? Shit. Bro, where you at, bro? And then Kim come out of nowhere. Where's fucking Jack? All right. I guess I'm sorry. I didn't want to do him like that. I didn't want to do it like that. That's why I've been quiet about it, because I know what it is. I'm not stupid. It's not my first rodeo in crypto. That's the problem with cryptocurrency. That's why it's mediocre. Titan X is mediocre, bro. Let me keep it real. I don't even really know Jake. I did a couple streams with him. I got some shit I could say, but I'm not gonna say that because it's personal. You know, that's why I'm saying it just sucks that his app is kind of giving off those vibes that I was feeling, and I just don't. I fucks with him for trying to fix it, but the like again, when it was born, it kind of showed his agenda. Like when I release a contract, because I'm in crypto, bitch, my shit coming. It's just when it comes, y'all will know about it because it'll be very impactful, because I'm not going to do it like the rest of these fools. Time is on my side. That's what Zen did. Zen showed me that my patience is the best gift I got in this planet. Being patient. The longer you're patient, delay that gratification, the more you're going to get. And then when that delayed gratification is not manufactured, it's organic gratification, right? If I'm promising myself life, I'm 32. So if I'm promising myself 10 years, bruh, that's 300 and all right, fuck it. All right, how many fucking leap years are in 10 years? 2? Okay, so 2 extra days. So 365. Now we had 367. So we'll just say 36 or 3,607 days, right? If I could promise myself 3,670 days, then time is on my motherfucking side. Like, I grew up in an environment where people were dying left and right, where you didn't even get to think about 10 years. All you could think about is fucking 1 year. Maybe you needed to think about fucking, are we going to die tonight? You know what I'm saying? Like, I come from that kind of mentality of short-term thinking, bruh. Like, you know, making it out of a bad situation because you're just in that situation is a whole different idea. And again, I'm telling you guys, man, we're doing this shit for Donnell, 2 L's. Always remember the bro, because he didn't get to do it like we get to do it. But like, off that topic, that's where I'm at with it. When it's born, you can figure it out. You know that you're coming with good intentions, because you're not gonna hit it with that idea that this is where I make money. Again, Jack said it. In a fair principle environment, and I'm not even trying to quote Jack, I realized that in a fair principle environment, you will see a better result if you do not have your hands in the cookie jar. You will definitely see a better result. And that's why DB Zen is standing the test of time right now. It sucks. Yes, I will not lie. This shit is garbage. Fees are ass. But since there's no extra hands in the cookie jar, we can all think about it in a collective thought. And that's why it's better than Titan. You can never balance. You can never challenge it against Titan because it's not the same. There's no hands in the cookie jar. Zen, same thing. No hands in the cookie jar. XENblocks, no hands in the cookie jar, and so on and so on. Day trading pump and dumpers. Just filled up my gas tank with Matic DXN rewards. Funny. That's how you do it, man. Use DXN to get yourself some gas fees. That's why I'm pissed that I fucked up my Avalanche bag, bro. Fuck that shit up, man. I should have known it. Those free Hex copy smart contracts, nobody notices them. They just sit in the back and watch. Well, I think you should listen to what RH says about thinking for yourself. Why would anybody do a 555 stake with a founder who called Bitcoin market tops? You must be in pain for loving that. What? I would never do a 55555. What the fuck? 15-year stake? That don't make no sense, bro. Especially on one chain. It made sense in 2019, but it's 2023. It's like, that shit makes no sense. You sound like or just saying like, yo, we're gonna stake this for 15 years. What? A whole teenager? Nah. Again, I don't follow Richard Hart, so all of his words, in my opinion, are comedy. He tries to be a rapper, like especially towards the end. He was hella trying to be like a Tupac or like a fucking, he tries to like, you want to follow someone. You know who you need to follow? Nipsey Hussle. You saying you want some inspiration? Hold on, let's get some inspo. And you're talking about crypto? Okay, we got some inspo there too. Maybe it's the melanin in me. I don't recommend you get any fucking follow coin, but I do like that they talked to Nipsey Hussle to bring him to his belief about crypto. We're gonna speed up to that part.
I understand cryptocurrency. I understand unregulated form of currency. I understand peer-to-peer transactions online. But what is follow coin? And so basically what it is there's a huge amount of value in this cryptocurrency space with trading and exchanging different forms of currency, different times of acquisition, different times of selling. It's very similar to the stock market. So there's people over the last 5-6 years that became very successful trading currencies via different platforms. And so what it is there'll be a big trade that takes place and you'll hear about it next week. And they try to mirror it, but the opportunity came and passed. Very similar to stocks. So what happened with follow coin gives you the opportunity. It blends the social networking element with the purely financial element of being involved and being aware of great opportunities with.
Boom. That's all it is. Being aware of great opportunities. Goddamn. R.I.P. Nipsey, man. I mean, he didn't have to do the follow coin thing, but that's basically so this is 6 years ago. He's talking about follow coin, and that's literally Friendtech, right? But why wouldn't follow coin be popping 6 years ago? Oh, there wasn't any base network. We didn't have base, so there was no way for there to be this sub network that can. And then we also didn't have Elon Musk owning Twitter. So when Elon Musk owns Twitter, now people are using Twitter as a SSO, as a single sign-on link. So like when you go to any website, you'll see like a sign in with Google. That's called an SSO. So people are using Twitter now as an SSO because that's where the crypto users are, and they're porting them to their dApps by signing into crypto with Twitter, right? Using social economics to get people in the know to follow the trends, bro. Richard Hart didn't teach us anything, to be honest. He was just a great, or what is it called? The gift of gab. He has a great gift of gab where he can just jab with or talk with people, and it sounds very interesting. But when you listen back to it after you learn everything, you'll probably be like, oh yeah, he's just talking. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, it depends on how much you love of Richard Hart. Like if you're willing to like I would push Richard Hart over. I respect the man, But if he made me mad enough, I'd probably be like, move out of my way. He's one of those kind of people where you don't respectively tell him to get out of your way. You're just like, move, man. Richard Hart feels like that would be someone that you would have to like force out of your way to be like, I don't want what you're selling. Because like me, if you don't want what I'm selling, just don't follow me. But yeah, I feel like Richard Hart, everyone need to let him go. He is not going to help anything. He's old crypto. If you let go of Satoshi already, you can let go of Richard Hart. And maybe then Hex will do well. Oh, Titan X show back up. He said 5K put into the max minting Titan is still worth. All right, man. You just regurgitating something. You just saying stuff. Damn, man. I have really transcended in crypto. My transition in crypto is so crazy. Like seeing I wish I knew who was behind the Titan X account, cause you're just doing it all wrong, man. Whatever though. Trying to hit a top of is foolish. Finance rookie exposures, exposing themselves. Stake longer than 2.5. You're dumb. We should have a crypto boxing league. I'm 100% game with punching everyone in the face. Yeah, that would be funny. Bro, you had a computer before 10 years old. Come on, man. That doesn't mean I had good. Hey, check it out. That's funny you said that, Busy. That's called living in America. If you're an American, you should. If you were born in the 90s, you should have had a computer at home. If your parents didn't have a computer at home, then that means that you were really poor. You were really poor. All right. Now you know you were rich in America if you had multiple computers and a laptop in the crib. Because remember, this is the early 2000s. Me and my sisters, I have 3 sisters, so we had a fight over the computer time. Like my parents had to set it up like a calendar board. Like you get an hour, you get an hour, you get an hour. Because we could only afford one computer, you know. And then one day I remember my dad, he got a laptop from his job, and then they let him keep it, and then we had 2 computers. That shit was crazy. Now I got a computer behind me, just chilling. This bitch just off, just, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, even though I had a computer at 10, doesn't mean I didn't grow up in the hood. Hey, Busy, that's funny as fuck you said that shit, bro. What the fuck? You still had a computer at 10, dog. I don't know if you grew up in the hood. That is mad funny. Man, the hood starts trends. T-Mobile wasn't fire until the hood. The hood kicked off smartphones. To be honest, wasn't nobody really knowing how to use a sidekick until the hood got a hold of it. Then you started seeing it in the hip hop shows. You started seeing people physically be like, oh, I use my shit for this. But before that, you didn't know how to fucking use a smartphone or use a phone, bro. Like you was texting, but what did the sidekick had? It had AIM. It had AOL Instant Messenger. And I'll never forget being in high school and then being like, you flip that bitch, right? And then like everybody in class would be like, oh, who got the sidekick, right? And then you'd be aiming all of your friends. Instead of passing notes in class, you'd be aiming all of your friends on your sidekick. So then that's what started the sidekick hype, right? And then the BlackBerry hype jumped in right after sidekick because they had a full text keyboard. Then the Motorola Q. I was part of that whole bringing up of this. What is a smartphone? But when I think about the marketing of who really made it cool, the hood, bro. The hood made smartphones cool, bro. Even to this day, hood still makes shit. Don't be tight until the hood grab it. That's a fact. Wait till the hood gets crypto, bro. We trying to grab it, but it's very confusing. R.I.P. Nipsey. I still got him up here. Have you ever want to watch Nipsey talk about investing in Bitcoin when he was alive? He was dropping nuggets to those that didn't know about it, and he was explaining it in a way where a hustler mentality can understand and comprehend what the direction is and the severity of what we're getting ourselves into. Like, we changing the world with this shit. We're not just fucking. I don't know. Maybe you are, not me, man. That's why I'm heavy duty on the fucking information. Yeah, I'm late to the live stream. It's all good. I'm actually about to end it so you can run it back. Kelly Rowland out here texting on a micro optics. You facts, bro. Yo, that was funny how they did that. The funny thing about that, let's see that. Let's see if it pops up if I type in Kelly texting. It does. Nice. So what's funny about this scene? Again, look, it's a Nokia phone with the full keyboard. So the keyboard, in my opinion, in the smartphone era, is what really brought smartphones into existence. And this 2020, or this is 2002. So that's why I'm trying to say it, yo. Like, to have one computer at your house in the early 2000s, that was the minimum in American society. There was at least one computer in the crib. Now, if you lived in a different country, maybe in 2002, you had no access to another computer. So I can understand that. But in America, bro, they made sure even the hood had computers, man. We were wilding with them shits. But yeah, I'm sure that they did this here so that they could have it up for the shot. They probably didn't know how else to do it. That's so funny, though. Man, crypto is just a part of the surveillance game for the New World Order. Crypto is not better than cash. So you still stuck on cash. So I'm gonna tell you why I'm no longer stuck on cash, because I know a lot of drug dealers. Oh shit. I don't know anybody, but I know some people who know some people, and we've been talking because they curious. They curious about the cryptos because they get it. They about to get held holding the bag. They can feel it. It's harder to use cash because less people are seeing the reason to take it. The only places you can use cash are usually monetary surveillance areas. So like, let's say I'm in New York. It's common practice for you to use tap. So if you are using cash is limited to a certain amount of establishments. So that doesn't mean that you're going to be super low radar. You would start having to send cherry pickers, or you'd have to send a human out. I mean, let's say this is what I'm trying to say. If you're making a lot of money with cash, you can't be seen using cash because they're going to catch you because there's no one's using it. So the people who typically get cash are trying to give the bag away because they see what's happening here. They see that the government is trying to give them the bag. They're like, yeah, hold this shit. Because once you're holding the cash, we see where you're going. It's even more surveillance. So yeah, you can surveil everything is surveillance, but like cash in the digital era, that's the most surveillance you can have on God. Because the only people you're dealing with are people who take cash, and that's a small, finite community. So I'm just going to give that nugget out there just because you said that, bro. Just because you said it, bro. Watch out, dude. That cash shit is wild. You better off taking a Zelle. I'll take Zelle. You paying your rent. I'm taking Zelle. Bro, why you acting dumb when you mint most Zen on AVAX and Moonbeam, lols? Bro, why you acting dumb? Why you acting dumb? What the fuck did you just write, bro? Why are you acting like I am dumb when you minted Zen on AVAX and Moonbeam? I don't understand. Tomato soup is a fruit. Is it? I don't know, man. With some light-skinned girls and Kayla Rowland's blows. But yeah, that's like my little thing. I'm about to sign off here. But that's just some tips for the real ones out there that are really real, bro, that are really in this motherfucker. Don't get caught up. I know what's happening here. We know what's happening here. That cash narrative is dead. That's why you got Bitcoin ATMs. Let's see, why are all Bitcoin ATMs in the hood? Officials giving some industry leaders for the official reason given by some industry leaders for placing Bitcoin ATMs in struggling neighborhoods is that the ATMs target those without bank accounts. Oh, you don't say. Yeah, don't say. It's a good thing to leave it off right there. So you mean to tell me in America we got people without bank accounts? Sounds like a level playing field to me. Sounds like it's time for you to get into crypto. If you still holding cash, or if you know someone that knows someone, you might want to let them know they about to leave them with the bag. Straight up. Youth ain't got that shit no more. Gen Z, nah, they buying they shit with Zelle. Oh, but what's that? You live in a low income neighborhood, so now you gotta use that Bitcoin. Cause you ain't got no bank account. The fuck does that mean for all of us? Anyone else notice that Bitcoin ATMs are always in the ghetto? Has anybody ever have y'all ever Googled this shit? I love Googling this one. This is one of my favorite ones to Google, bro. I told you the hood sets trends. The hood sets trends. And we know why. It's that pressure. It's that struggle. That struggle creates a different type of avatar. And especially that American project struggle. Oh my God, bro. Big ups to everybody that's made it. And RIP to all those that haven't. That's all I got to say. Till tomorrow, y'all. We'll be back in the mix. The Zen shit got me going north. That's why I'm talking for so long. So hopefully we get a dump so I just shut the fuck up. But if not, y'all stay Zen. Catch you tomorrow, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. We're back at the beginning of the mornings. So if you're around, I'll see you then. If not, hope to catch you on the flip. Peace.